appear, at least to myself, and I'm sure to many viewers, as really sort of hopeful and motivated. But what keeps you that way in the face of all these multitude of challenges that are appearing in our lives now? What keeps you happy and ready to tackle the day?
Yes, that's a fantastic question. I feel most of the time I do feel overwhelmed when I do field work. I am generally like this deep in the water, always sampling, looking for fishes, otters, looking for plants that grow around the river. That overwhelms me when I see all that waste that's there in that. It overwhelms me when I see a sewage pipe broken into the river directly with no treatment. It does break my heart. But at the same time, when I step into the places where these rivers, where these mountains start, where people have not yet reached, it just rejuvenates my faith in nature. There is a place in my field site which always has rainbows. I don't know how that happens. It's at the edge of the Western Ghats, and the river I work on, or as I say, my river, it always has a rainbow, and it's just fantastic to see. It overlooks the mountains. The river is pristine in that region because it's the headwaters, and I think that really restores my faith. But even more so, I think I grew up very close to nature. I grew up seeing the rainiest place on earth, which is in India, Mawsynram, does not have access of water for people at home. So what is that about? You have so much rain. So those questions have stayed, but nature, I think, has always been an inspiration. And when you get to see it up close, it definitely, rejuvenates your faith in wanting to protect it.
I think that's a really beautiful perspective, because people don't realize the importance of just being out there and close to nature and how much it can affect you. Although I think you've given everyone a bit of a hidden gem. So you may find your river is now full of tourists within the next few months. But it does sound stunning, and it would be a place I'd love to see. My last little question for you is one that I tend to ask everyone, and that is that if you had one message for our global leaders who are attending COP, G20, all these major organized events, what would it be? What would you like them to hear from you?
Oh, yes. I think to all the global leaders, the message would be, please don't just listen to us. Also try and reflect back on what we have said. Take notes, please. We might look like some small, cute nerds, all under the age of 30, taking notes constantly, running behind you for your cards. But we genuinely care. And please listen to us, reflect back on what we said, and do connect your teams with us. We'll be more than happy to, be on those consulting tables in helping drafting the policies and drafting the frameworks for implementation. So don't just listen to us, help us and let us help you, because it's high time we come up with innovative ways to tackle climate change and come at it from different angles, and not just look at it in the same framework that we have been looking since 2015. So, and actually for the younger people also, just be curious. And this field requires a lot of resilience. Build that, learn from nature how to bounce back. It really is the best teacher there is. And yeah, just keep doing the good work.
Well, thank you very much for coming and speaking to me today and giving every one of our listeners a new perspective and an insight into India today and what it looks like, and the amazing work that people are doing on the ground in order to make improvements every single day. So thank you very, very much. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. And it's really my pleasure to represent such a beautiful country with such diversity on your platform. Thank you.